What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois, of course, his last performance was pretty scary, and he came back over adversity. That's the narrative, okay? And I'll explain about the narrative. And he was able to take out his opponent, Kevin Lerena, a South African fighter with also one loss. And what could this tell us about Daniel Dubois? Well, I think Daniel Dubois has a lot to learn. I think Daniel Dubois was known for his offense. He was known for his punching power. He was known for an honest comparison of Anthony Joshua, because at this point Daniel Dubois was up and coming, and he was taking out guys like Nathan Gorman, and you know, that was like his best win. Then when he went up against Joe Joyce, we seen some hesitancy due to heart, okay? And I think when he fought Kevin Lerena, we seen the same thing. We seen the inability for him to take punches. So it's fair to say with Daniel Dubois is able to give punches, but he's not equally able to take punches. And when people see what they saw with Daniel Dubois, the way he was dropped, and then he pretty much fell down or retreated to avoid being hit. It might have been his leg. He might have injured his leg. I get it. But the punch hurt him. Okay. And the punch brought stress and tension on that back foot. And that's why it did what it did. But nonetheless, he was still hurt. And my guess, this narrative is not the truth, because I would say if Kevin Lerena was equally aggressive throughout that fight like he was in the first round, there would be no fight. He would have taken out Daniel Dubois, and Daniel Dubois would have been with 2 losses, one from Joe Joyce, an undefeated fighter, also British, and this fighter, Kevin Lerena, from South Africa, and he would go to his next level, and he would be the new WBA champion. And we asked the same thing about Anthony Joshua, so we have to ask the same thing about Daniel Dubois. Does Daniel Dubois have the heart to really stay in this game? Because, you know, someone like Usyk would give him problems, probably stop Daniel Dubois, because he wouldn't be able to avoid certain shots that he would constantly get hit with. And I think when he gets hit, I don't think he likes it. See, it's no fun when the rabbit has the gun. You guys heard that saying? That's the same where it goes to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois he looked great when he was sparking people out, but then he started catching a couple punches, and all of a sudden he's on the floor wondering, okay, what happened? Well, what happened? You couldn't take the punch, okay? You couldn't handle the pressure. And I think if the pressure was still applied constantly, he wouldn't have been able to finish that fight. That fight would have been over 2 to 3 rounds anyway, because he would have either went down too much because he didn't like to get hit. That tells you Daniel Dubois does not like to get hit. Again, he took a knee to avoid getting hit, just like he took a knee to avoid getting hit again by Joe Joyce. Okay, so you have to ask yourself with Daniel Dubois, does he still have it in him? Now, he could say, I didn't quit, I didn't give up, but then it was almost like he had to do that shit, because hadn't he not, all that fixing and corruption and attempted matchmaking by way of dive or whatever, it would have went right out the window. If that particular guy that decided to dive, that was paid money to dive, right, didn't dive, well, we have a bad problem. And we almost had it when Daniel Dubois was dropped 3 times in the first round. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Daniel Dubois and the rest of his career. Who should he fight? Where should he go? Of course, please subscribe and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.